some of the best. We actually have some really good Congress people, like that wonderful woman from Berkeley who just walked by. And let's see, who else is coming out? I mean, this is fantastic.
They're smart. They all rode past it. Huh? How you doing, sir? I see you slip by that one, didn't you?
Better move. No, the cheers were for El Paso. Hey, listen, first, I just want to say thank you for being out here and for being passionate about this and caring about it, to be camped out here. I got up this morning at 5 to come down and work out, and people literally sleeping out here getting ready for the day. So,
what, you want me to get down
here? The dedication and the resolve.
No overtime, bitch.
I'm going to make an announcement. I want to make it to my district first, but what I have said already publicly. I don't see how us going to war with Syria makes things better for Syria, makes things better for us, reduces suffering in the world.
Where the hell is Joe?
Makes things better. So, and I've been to the briefings, I've listened to the arguments from the administration, I'm listening to my colleagues, I'm trying to keep an open mind. This is probably the most important decision that I will make in my career, but I have not been persuaded. So, again, I appreciate what you all are doing.
If Jared just like puts into the intersection, it goes like a donut. Dude. This is getting, I love it. We're all over it. All the congressmen.
Big hand and cheer for this congressman. Thank you so much.
They all walk with that shit.
So grab some other ones as they come. We want to hear from them. Jody, go get some other Congress people for us. So the fact that he came from a top secret briefing and still is not convinced is a very good sign. Is this loud enough? Please turn it down.
Where's the lady talking? I don't know. Hey, dude, I feel like a detective dude driving home the way he's drunk. I'm like looking for motherfucking shit. Huh?
Hey, good evening, everybody. I just want to say a few quick words. I just want to first of all say that this is what democracy is supposed to look like. So everyone, please give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah.
My name is Stephen Miles, and I'm the coalition coordinator for We helped organize individuals all over the country with the U.S. Action, Code Pink, Credo, MoveOn.org. I saw some MoveOn folks here.
He was rough.
Just to say, right now there's over 200 of these vigils happening all over America. This is what democracy is supposed to look like. Everyone, please give yourselves a round of applause. We're going to be having another round of congressmen coming out. We ask everybody to just be respectful, let them know your wishes, let them know how you feel about this issue. Please stay on the sidewalk. We're going to be having a few more words. Well, let's get a nice little chant going as these congressmen come out. Let's do it. Don't bomb Syria! Don't bomb Syria! Don't bomb Syria! Don't bomb Syria! Don't bomb Syria!
Alright, so, can you hear us?
Hey man, you need a shotgun like this for the kids. That's a picture of my family.
Yeah, now would be the perfect time for him to
Huh?
smoking up the hill right now.
But
Would be the perfect time for him to come find out that nobody's on the streets.
I got somebody waiting in my office.
So we have a real treat for us right now. Some of you keep the vigil looking out there and grab us one of those Congress people as they come by. But also, you know, it's in times like this where we really need to look for the analysts that share our values to know how to interpret this fast-moving situation. And we are really lucky in our movement to have this amazing woman who's going to speak right now. We have been taking her talking points all day long into every office in there, and we've actually had Congress people like Henry Waxman from California read it in front of us and say, oh, that's a good one. I'll take this to the White House. So let's give an amazing hand for Phyllis Bennis from the Institute for Policy Studies. Follow her.
Hey all, it's great to see you all out here. It's great to know that there are 200 more of these vigils going on
Look at
tonight.
this guy up there with the big stop
Because
sign.
tonight we stand on a cusp.
the entire on paper.
How many of you remember February 15, 2003, the day the world said no to war? And 14 million people all around the world came out into the streets on that one singular day to say that we would not accept George Bush's war in Iraq. But we somehow knew that while our movement was crucial, we changed the face of what war could look like. We knew we couldn't stop it. This time, we stand on the cusp of a different kind of history. Tonight, we stand on the cusp of being able to say, we won! We stopped a war. We stopped the possibility of military strikes in Syria that will kill more Syrian civilians, that will escalate an already bloody civil war, that will escalate 5 separate wars that are being waged today in Syria. We stand on the cusp of history and say, not tonight, not tomorrow. We can stop this. This time it's different. This time it's different because we are out across the country in our hundreds, in our thousands, and in our millions with people saying no. This is not the war we are going to wage tomorrow or next week or next month. This is when we say no. This is when we say there will be tough diplomacy. There will be tough diplomacy and not tough war. This is when we say diplomacy trumps war. This is when we say that international law has its supporters in every person here. And there are more and more people in that house that are standing with us. Some of them because they agree with us, some for reasons of their own that we won't ever agree with, but for reasons all kinds. We are part of a global movement, and we are saying no more. No more claiming that war is going to protect people in Syria, that war will stop a brutal dictatorship, that war will stop this. War will not stop it. War will not stop the killing. More killing will not stop the killing. We have a convention against chemical weapons. We need to broaden that and strengthen it and use that as a tool to stop the killing. And tonight we stand on the threshold of a different history. A history that says that the peacemakers are going to be in control. A history that says we don't only remember Martin Luther King from the I Have a Dream speech, but we also remember his speech in 1967 at Riverside Church, where he warned us of the triple threat of poverty and war and racism. And we stand against all of them. We are part of the movement against injustice. We are part of the movement for immigrant rights. We are part of the movement for gay and lesbian and transgender rights.
No.
We are part of the movement for women's rights. We are part of the movement for labor rights. We are part of the movement for economic justice. Because as long as war controls our economy, there will be no economic justice. We will call for the Pentagon to deal with the war profiteers the way the Department of Agriculture deals with farmers, to pay them not to produce their weapons. Use the money to rebuild their factories so they are producing what? They are producing wind turbines and solar panels instead of Tomahawk missiles. We just heard that the stock for Raytheon and the other war profiteers who are making a killing off of this war have gone through the roof. We are here to say no, not on our watch. We are here to say no more. No more. This is when history changes. This is when the peacemakers take control. This is why we're here tonight. This is why there are people here in 200 cities and more across this country to say no more. We're here to say no more. No more war. We will have peace. We will have diplomacy. We will win. Thank you.
So we have Phyllis's talking points right here. We've made hundreds and hundreds of copies. If you want them, you can get them. We can pass them around. Maybe you could go around now and give to people. Also, it costs us money to feed the hungry hordes that have been camping out here to make these copies, to keep this encampment going. So I'm going to pass around a bowl here. If anybody can make a donation, that would be great. So maybe we can help with...
So just now, 2 seconds ago, Ambassador, National Security Advisor Rice just went just like this. Now why is a former ambassador to the UN pushing war when she knows the workings of the UN? She worked there, she knows it can work. There's a problem in this country when our diplomats, like John Kerry is supposed to be the highest diplomat in our country, and he is pushing war. If you listen to the Senate and the House hearings, in the Foreign Relations and the Foreign Affairs Committee hearings, you will not hear a peep out of Chuck Hagel, Secretary of Defense, or the Chief of the Armed Services, General Dempsey. You won't hear a peep out of them, but Kerry, our chief diplomat, went on and on and on about this war. Pushing war. Pushing this evil drug war.
Hello. My name is Noor. I know a lot of you. I run the anti-drone campaign over at Code Pink. And I am very glad to introduce someone who will offer an interfaith perspective in these times when we're all from different places. Something we can always turn to is a uniting perspective, and that is belief in peace, and that comes with faith. So I wanted to introduce Charles Noffiger, who is from the St. Monica and St. James Church over here on Capitol Hill. And he will be reciting a prayer that is actually from the Iraq War. And it's only relevant that he reads it today as we lead ourselves into yet another invasion.
Yes, this is a prayer from the eve of the Iraq War, and it sounds strangely relevant to our time, but there's going to be one big difference. We're going to stop this war before it starts. What's your thing in the prayer? Raise up your candles, lift them high. This is a prayer that was put together by...
It needs to go in and come out.
Baptist, Buddhist, Church of God, Disciples of Christ, Episcopal, Jewish, Lutheran, Methodist, Muslim, Catholic, Presbyterian, Unitarian, Universalist. They all came together in prayer. I ask you to participate in it as much as you can.
No way.
Why?
We are Americans, U.S. citizens, followers of many spiritual.
Let me get the angle here.
Yeah.
It's all quiet over there now. Pull it out.
Desires are those of the people of the world, and so it becomes our obligation to speak, and we will bear the responsibility. We will claim our democratic power. We will willingly accept what is required. We will stand against the forces of death. We will stand for life. We grieve the terrible wounding of those sent off to fight, children captured by the demons of war, who will suffer illness of body and spirit,
Safe right here.
whose families too absorb the blows of violence. War will not fulfill what the government promised, for it is based on lies, and lies have been told. We grasp the horror of war in all its fullness. May we be filled with the vision of peace.
Please, thank you, thank you. So, in this epic struggle that we're in right now, we are so blessed to have an amazing champion to stop this war. And we just happen to have him with us here tonight. This is the person in Congress that is shining the light, showing the way, and going to stop this war, Alan Grayson!
Where you at?
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for having a head and a heart. Thank you for having a conscience. I want to offer my own prayer. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they.
Well, they were all laughing. All the cops, they were all laughing.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
Tell me he needs to pull out and make a left and go by.
Oh yeah, if you pull out and make a left,
Not the war makers,
you'd smoke them up.
not the warmongers. Blessed are the peacemakers,
Oh,
for they shall be called the children of God.
Get in this truck with him. We'll videotape as we're doing it. Let's go.
All right.
We'll be right back.